Welcome back, guys. Nano here, and again today we're going to jump in on a quick Karazhan attunement, figuring out how we can get Karazhan attuned as soon as possible shortly after we hit level 70. Here we go. Okay guys, step one to actually getting Karazhan attuned, there's a long process here, but I'm going to jump right in. When you hit level 66, you want to head down to the Caverns of Time. The last part of the Karazhan attunement actually is to complete the Black Morass dungeon, but in order to do so, you have to unlock the Black Morass dungeon. And to do that, you have to do the long, arduous escort quest, which is actually probably longer than this video is going to end up being, and run the Durnhold's dungeon in order to unlock Black Morass. And you can do that at level 66, and so you might as well do that, right? Because you need the experience anyway, so you might as well get your Karazhan attunement part done while you're doing that. So level 66, step number one, head to Caverns of Time, do the escort quest, and then do the escape from Durnhold to unlock Black Morass. Now a couple little hints here really quickly is the escort quest does take a really long time, but there's two little tricks. One, when you pick it up, you don't have to move. You don't actually have to follow the Custodian of Time around to do the entire escort. You can stand exactly where the quest giver was, and if you're alive at the end of the quest, well, you can complete it. You don't have to move. AFK for 7 minutes and 10 seconds and you'll get your quest done. The other thing is that you do have to be alive, but you can just res right before the quest completes, which is about 7 minutes and 6 seconds, 7 minutes and 7 seconds, about that. And once you pop back up, if you died, you res at that point and you'll complete the quest no problem. So hopefully that helps you out. All right, step number two, once you hit level 67, you can actually head up to Netherstorm and start doing some quests to unlock the chain to get the Arcatraz key, which is one of the dungeons of Tempest Keep. And in order to do that, you have to complete a little bit of a quest chain starting at Netherstalker KG, and then once you complete that chain, it will head to a doll and you'll get the breaking into the Arcatraz quest. You won't be able to complete this because you need a flying mount in order to access the Tempest Keep dungeons, so you have to wait till 70 and get your flying mount, but you can unlock the part to get to that right away. One note here, and this is going to be true for both Arcatraz and for Shadow Labyrinth, you can unlock the door with a rogue that has lockpicking of 350 and above, but just for this guide, I'm going to assume that you're going to be one of the ballers who's going to be leveled up as soon as possible and you're not going to have access to that rogue. All right, step number three, once you hit level 68, you can start doing the Karazhan Prequests that are outside the actual Karazhan dungeon. The quickest way to get there, obviously, is to find somebody with the ATS Greatstaff, somebody like me. Or you can just go ahead and go to your capital city of Stormwind if you're Alliance, or you can take the new mage port to Stonard if you're a Horde, and head over to the Deadwind Pass and start getting your quests done. The two quests are picked up from the Archmage Alterus. There's a chain there that you have to complete a couple quests. Once you complete those, it'll send you back to Khadgar and Shattrath, and you'll pick up your first quest to start your Karazhan chain, and that's entry into Karazhan, which we'll talk about in a second. The next step in this change, part 4 to this guide, is you need to run Sethekk Halls. And the reason why you need to run Sethekk Halls is that at the end of the dungeon, next to the boss, there's a chest that has a key in it that unlocks a Shadow Labyrinth. This is one of the steps where you can skip this part with a rogue, but you most likely will need experience anyway, so you might as well run Sethekk Halls. Once you have the key, you can run Shadow Labyrinth, and you need to fight to the end of the dungeon, which is a pretty difficult dungeon if you're 68 or level 69, unless you have some really good gear from vanilla. But assuming that you can do the dungeon, you kill Murmur, and on the side of the boss is a little phylactery that you need to loot. That will give you the first fragment of the key that you need to get Karazhan attuned. So step 1's complete. For Karazhan attunement chain, you've gotten the fragment from Shadow Labyrinth. Well done. Once you've gotten this fragment, you do need to head back to Khadgar and pick up the next part of this chain, which is you need to get the second and third fragments from dungeons in TBC. The second fragment is pretty easy. You need to run Steamvaults. There's no requirement to unlock it. You can just head down to Zangarmarsh and complete Steamvaults. You do need to find where it is, and if you don't know where it is, we'll help you out here. You head down into the water into Steamvaults, and you go down to the bottom, and you can pick up the key quest here. Note that when you loot this, there will be mobs that spawn, so you probably want to group with you. Well done, you got 2 of the 3 fragments that you need to get Karazhan attuned. Well, next part here is you actually need to get your flying mount. You need to get to level 70. Congrats on dinging. Now you need to run some more dungeons. Once you get your flying mount, you're going to head to the flying Tempest Keep dungeons out on the end of Netherstorm. If you don't have a rogue, you do need to run both Botanica and Mechanar to the ends of the dungeons to complete the quest breaking into the Arcatraz, the part that you did in the quest chain in Netherstorm at level 67. Once you complete that quest of the doll, you can get a follow-up quest that gives you your key to the Arcatraz. Once you get that key, you can run Arcatraz, and in the dungeon you can loot your third fragment, and again in another phylactery off to the side next to the boss there. Once you get these second and third fragments, you need to head back again to Shattrath, talk to Khadgar, and he'll give you your last part of the Karazhan chain, which is you need to head back to Black Morass, back to step 1 that we already covered. Once you have gone and unlocked Black Morass, you need to run it one more time after you're level 70 on this quest. And once you've completed Black Morass, you talk to Medivh. Again, Karazhan was the Tower of Medivh, and you convince him, the old version of him, to give you a fragment that allows you to get the Master's Key. And once you take this back to Khadgar, he will in fact give you the Master's Key, and congratulations, you're Karazhan Attuned. Okay, that's my quick guide. I want to make it quick, simple, dirty for you, just to make it easy, something you can come back and reference at any time. One other note, I do recommend the add-on Attune. This will give you a really easy to follow way of doing this quest line in-game for you. So if you don't have this add-on, I would recommend it. Not being sponsored by the add-on, it's just really good, so go out and get it yourself. And congratulations, enjoy Karazhan, and enjoy TBC, and I'll enjoy it with you. Until next time, remember to like, subscribe, give me a comment down below if this was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.